You know, artificial intelligence also featured heavily this year's Singapore FinTech Festival. From product innovation to protecting against sophisticated financial crimes, AI is evolving to do that and more for the banking industry. And earlier on, I also spoke to Donald MacDonald, the head of OCBC's Group Data Office, and asked how Singapore's second largest lender is incorporating AI into its day-to-day operations.
OCBC GPT is our assistant to help OCBC employees be more efficient in their jobs. If you want to do a task like write a letter to a customer, if you want to come up with an idea for a marketing campaign, then our employees would use OCGPT to do that. Effectively, it's the same as ChatGPT, but it's a securely hosted version that we have within the OCBC environment so that we have no risk of data leakage. We've actually been piloting it now for about 6 months. We've had about 1,000 employees testing it out, and employees on average are saying it improves their productivity by about 50%. And so based on those results, we're now rolling it out to about 30,000 employees across the organization. But OCBC GPT is just one part of our strategy. We see generative AI as a tool that can really help lift productivity of OCBC employees and take away the drudgery of their work. So our generative AI strategy is very much focused on equipping employees with tools to take away the kind of more menial parts of their day.
I know you have this function for your securities customers. That is, they are able to access stock recommendations with the help of AI. First of all, let's talk about how this has been received, and do people trust AI to pick out stock options for them?
Yeah, excellent question. While we've just released this in the market, our AI-driven stock recommendations, which we call Oscar, we actually built it about 2 years ago. And we recognized that trust in those recommendations was a key factor. So we've actually been using it ourselves internally for those 2 years, testing it out to make sure the recommendations are good before we then start releasing it to the end customers. The way it works is that we use large language models, the first generation of GPT, to effectively read the news every day, to read analyst reports, to look at company fundamentals, and use AI to then say, okay, which stocks do we think are likely to go up in the short term and which stocks are likely to go down? And then we use the AI to also generate narrative to explain why are we making those recommendations. So it's not a black box. We actually tell people this is why I think that's a good recommendation. And then we have humans in the loop, investment experts, who then review the output from the AI every day. And when they agree with what the AI is recommending, only then do we make it available to customers.
It's not totally hands off,
Absolutely
humans
not. Absolutely not. It's
process.
curated by experts.
Okay.
But what we find interesting is the experts themselves say that the engine comes up with ideas that they would never have thought of, because most experts are experts in a small number of companies, maybe 20 or 30 stocks. They really know those stocks well. The rest of the stock market they may not know. And so the engine is able to also look at those other stocks and then come up with ideas that they wouldn't have thought of otherwise. And that's one of the benefits that our investment analysts are telling us that they're seeing.
Clearly there's a lot of potential in this space. How is OCBC looking to increase its investment in the technology, and also what other ways does the bank plan to use AI in?
Yeah, so OCBC today has a very large, sophisticated AI function, the Group Data Office. AI is used already across pretty much all of the material processes in OCBC. It's used for generating revenue, it's used for improving productivity in OCBC and streamlining processes, and then obviously reducing risk, protecting the bank and protecting our customers.
Well, we will be bringing you more coverage from Singapore FinTech